Well, hello. Sorry I have not done a video for a while, and I do apologize for that. But we've been busy. As you can see, the road is in, as I think I showed a while ago. Boiler house isn't still completely finished. We've only got hot water into the house. Big change happening, which I said I'd do a video for. The big change basically is that we're planning on moving out to the farm in August. So the 1st of August will be our first full time here, even though we spend 95% of our time here anyway. But we're renting out the house on a long-term basis. So when we come here, we're fully committed to the farm, which means more videos for you guys. So if you're interested, give us a thumbs up. So as you can see, shearing is finished. Bales are all away. 29 bales, the marked GCF. They're all away. And they should be hitting the boat soon, hopefully. Wool press is there. I just got to take the tarp off that bike, because that bike, actually the tarp on that bike belongs on top of the press. That four-wheeler there, we got issues with it. I was roaring around on it chasing sheep, and I had a load of smoke come from around the engine. I think it's blowing oil from the cylinder head, rocker cover, head gasket, something along those lines, and splatting it on the exhaust. I don't really know. I also think it's running hot. So whatever causes a petrol engine to run hot when it's air-cooled, I can only assume it would be a fuel mixture. But I don't know nothing about petrols that much. That's my mum's bike, four-wheeler. That's running all right. She does need a carb sorting out on it because she dies every now and then. My DRZ, she's running beautifully. Even though we robbed a bit off that DRZ to fix the carb on this DRZ. The only thing wrong with this one is the battery is naffed. And we have to kickstart it. The Super 4, she's in and back in storage. She's finally back in from Stanley, which has been a long time before she's been back on the farm. She come back during shearing. Sadly, we've got to get some new mud guards for her because these are all rotten, as you can see. So we're going to hopefully take the cab off, sort out the mud guards, get that all sorted. We're going to take the crop cover off, sort out the bit in there, find out what's rattling inside the gearbox still. There's still a rattle in there. It's nothing major, just a little rattle, but why wait until it gets worse? Strip all the mud guards off. Solenoid for the starter motor is playing up every now and then. So we're going to take that off and see if we can get a genuine one, because these aftermarket ones, they keep burning themselves out and just shitting themselves basically. We're going to take all the bodywork off right through, paint it all up. The cab isn't going back on the tractor. We've decided that we're going to keep this as a cabless for now because she's going to be mainly used for fencing and it'll be quite handy to get in and out. We are going to sort out the dual wheel clamps, and she will be fitted with dual wheels. We're also going to try and get a nice new set of tyres for her, even though these tyres are good, but they are starting to split all around the sides. So we'll see what funding does for us. We have got to get a new radiator because this radiator has got a slight little leak to it. We're going to get the original lights for it again, and we're going to give her a nice coat of paint and clean her up and do her up nicely. What I like to know is power steering on this. It's got an aftermarket one from Agriline on it, and it works really well, apart from the belt keeps slipping. Any ideas on how I can alter that would be muchly appreciated. Anyway, the Rover, she's in because we literally just had to change because I use it for tourist driving. So since August, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January. Oh, in 5 months, I've done about 8,000 miles traveling. So from going from town to the farm and back is about 110 miles, about 110, 115 miles. Well, actually, about 120 miles probably. So yeah, and then you do about 90 miles down to Volunteers from town, round trip. So I'm potentially doing about 220 miles a trip in it. So she needed some TLC. The alternator is good, but she started making some funny noises. Tension pulley was good, but because we were stripping it right down, the radiator has got a hole in it, so I've had to put some rad weld in it to fix it for now, because I do not have the time to strip the radiator down because I am driving very shortly, and we're sort of having to get it sorted. 7610, this 7610. She has a major front axle problem. I don't know if I showed you the video or if I've told you, but she has a really rattly front end, and her drop box now doesn't disengage in four-wheel drive, and the splines are worn. The plan is to take bits off this tractor to get the other tractor up to scratch, because that's the main tractor at the moment, while I rebuild the front axle. Hopefully then I'll be able to track down all the little bits I need for it. Also, her PTO don't work, so we're going to have to take the cab off, lift the top cover off, and investigate inside. I am hoping to have a bit of a nose inside, but I generally don't know why it's not working. And sadly, once the cab's off, I can't find out why it's not working, so it's going to be a hit and a miss. She also idles a bit low and sort of splutters and dies every now and then. We did put 2 new filters on it and whatnot, and it did help out, but I find she's idling just a smidgen too low, so we've got to sort the idling out on it. Other than that, she's pretty much good to go. While we have the top cover off, we'll also replace the cylinders in the seals in the top cover, and sort all that out. We've got to free up all these drop arms and get them so we can lower them down a bit, because at the moment, raise them up a bit, sorry, because at the moment they're a bit too low for the discs. We put the discs on them, we can't lift them up high enough to get them off the ground, basically. We're going to take the pickup hitch off this one and put onto the other one, and then we're going to get the other pickup hitch all redone up so it's all nice and snug, and then put that on here. We're also going to get new pins made up, and then hopefully get this one fitted with a pickup hitch, which will be handy, because I like the pickup hitch. I'm a bit of a sucker. So this pickup hitch is originally off my dad's 5610, yeah, it's a good little tractor, really. Shed's in a bit of a thing. We're trying to get as much in shelter because we're not coming out for the next couple of days, because we've got shit needs doing in town, basically. And here's the other old girl. So rotavator, we put the extra blades back on because we took some of the blades off when we had it on the county. So we put the new blades on. I gave it a bit of a trial. I now got to go around, check all the grease and oil again, make sure it's not doing anything. She's been running perfectly. She has got a leak, so she leaks from the bell housing, and I don't know whether it's oil or transmission fluid, but I'm going to say it's probably transmission fluid, and I'm wondering if that's why the dual power is not working. I could be wrong. She's also got a slight little leak up there, but nothing too majorly. I changed the oil in the pump, and I've still got to give her a service, so once we finish rotavating with it, we're going to go in, drop the oil out of this, change the oil and the back end oil, but while we're doing that, we're actually going to split the front end off, because the front UJ is about to shit itself on this one. We're literally trying to get the field done, and then we will do a bit of TLC to this one, but other than that, she's all good except the gearbox. I have got a source of another gearbox. We have got all the weights on the front, because with the rotavator on, she's a little bit light on the nose. But hey, she goes good. Still after a good cab, if I can get one. And then I'll use this cab to patch up the other cab. So yeah, this rotavator's Dowdesville rotavator, I think they call it. I think it's Dowdesville. It's I love it. I absolutely love it. It's just like the Howard rotavator. Apart from the Howard one's a bit smaller and it's got a few leaky oil seals. Recently purchased this. Well, I say recently purchased it. We've got the bill for it. We haven't actually paid for the bill yet, but we'll do that when we get to town. It needs wheel bearings doing. It needs the hinges welded up on here, because they're sort of broken. And it needs a little bit of TLC there. It needs all the brakes doing on it. It also needs that all de-seizing, because it's all seized. Handbrake needs de-seizing. It needs a bit of TLC, but it's a nice trailer and it'll do for what we need. There's the hard stand. So this hard stand isn't actually for parking machinery on, and where this tractor is sitting at the moment will be the extension to the shearing shed. Eventually they'll all be up at the garage, and the shed will only be used in the winter time for storing some of the machinery in. That's the plan. Whether that actually happens is a completely different kettle of fish. But the garage will be up on top of the hill, for definite. So that is a bit of an update on all that. I will get some video clips of me rotovating. We've got quite a bit to do to the county. The tow hitch for the county we've got to get sorted out and tightened up. Yeah, so far so good. And the truck is out of action. So I used it the other day to cut the wall in, and I had to repair 2 punches in that time. And sadly, I've now got another puncher, which seems to be a done thing with this truck, getting punches at the moment. So my theory is that I need new tyres. These ones are just past it. Plus I need a sort of turbo out. So don't forget to comment. Tell me which project you're really looking forward to seeing. And we will, hopefully, if all goes well, we will get stuck into them. The digger's working good. We are going to hopefully do that up. We've still got the case digger in town, but that's actually going to be coming out and going into the shed here. We've still got the cabin to put onto the house and do all the housework up. So we've got loads of things to do, and the house has got to be done before August. Plus my little girl will have a travelling teacher, hopefully. So we've got to accommodate for a teacher and a classroom. So we're going to get that done. Radiators and houses taking priority after the reed seed's done, or the field's done. And then after that, well, yeah, house and then machinery, and then by then it'll be back to the season. So still got the rams to take to the ewe in April, but all the sheep's back to where they need to be. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to comment, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to give us a big fat thumbs up. And just to let you know that this video is not sponsored, or this channel is not sponsored. This is all done off our own backs to show you what we do as a general public here in the Falkland Islands. If you like the videos, don't forget to comment, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to give us a thumbs up. It lets us know that you guys are interested, and it also gives us a lot of enthusiasm. I don't expect nothing except a load of subscriptions and a load of views. That seems to be the thing for me. It's the little things in life that makes a big difference to me. So we'll catch you in the next one.